take away any limitation, what would you want to do with the Googan?
The Googan needs to be worldwide.
Hell yeah!
It needs to be worldwide.
We're talking Japan, Singapore,
Exactly.
North Korea.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un needs to have a cup of Googan coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Megan Nature, and this is our very first episode of Automated Authority, the podcast. And I'm so excited because we are here with one of the co-founders of the Googan Coffee, which is like the biggest, the best, the most phenomenal coffee shop in, I'd say, the country. That's fair. I've done a lot of traveling.
A little biased.
And we're really excited because we're going to talk all things coffee today, how they got started, where they're going from here. So let's get into it. I'm joined by Adam Mitchell. So welcome, Adam. Hey.
How's it going, Megan? Nice to be here. It's really exciting.
Yeah, this is awesome. So how did you come up with the name The Googan?
I'll try and be as quick as possible on this. So me and my family, we're from Vegas. That's Las Vegas. And we didn't even know what fishing was. We didn't know anything about it. But we moved into this fishing town. It was up in Hope Sound. And everyone had boats. So, of course, we followed along. We got the boats, or we got the boat, and we tried to go fishing. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how to tie knots.
Do you know how to drive the boat?
No, we had to go to boating lessons.
Oh,
we didn't know anything. So we started out just going, this is just how my family is. We dive all in on something. And long story short, we didn't know there was such thing as tides.
Yeah.
So we ended up tying the boat up on a dock real tight, and it sunk our boat in the neighborhood dock. So everyone in the neighborhood, they knew us as the Googans after that. And funny story is, I didn't go to high school out here, but my brother did. He went to South Fork, and basically he was ridiculed for quite a while and was bullied in school by calling him the Googan.
Like everyone knew about this.
Yeah, they didn't call us the Mitchells, they called us the Googans.
Okay, and so explain, because I didn't know this, and I'm from Florida actually. What does a Googan mean? A
Googan is basically just a person that is dangerous on the water, doesn't know how to fish, and just has no idea what they're doing. They don't know how to tie knots. They don't know the fish type. You could see them on their boat. Like if you know fishing, you can just see
There's
a boat.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, you could just see a boat and you can just spot them instantly. And we gave all the red flags. Like we were using, in Florida, they use a center console to fish mainly. We were using like a lake boat on
Were you using a pontoon?
Not a pontoon. We were almost
that's
there.
Bad.
We were thinking about a pontoon. But we ended up going with a dual it was like a lake boat. We didn't know what we were doing. So we were taking it offshore in like 5-foot waves.
And you're like not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to do that at all. So I'm surprised we didn't sink it out in the ocean actually.
Yeah,
we sunk it at the dock, and it was really hard to climb out. But
wow.
Funny story is though, we stayed with it and we really became decent fishermen.
Really? So you're, I was gonna ask, you're still fishing?
We still fish, we still do it all. I actually know a lot more about fishing, a lot more. I can consider myself with local knowledge somewhat of fishing, and you kind of have to around here. Like all the kids around here, that we just thought they were so cool. We thought it was such a cool thing. The fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of think it's easy because everyone does it. So you're like, oh, just hop on a boat.
Oh no.
It's not though.
We wrecked the boat. We not wreck it, we would bounce into things. We didn't know how to, you can tell by a Googan, number one thing is tying knots. Like if they don't know how to tie like the knot on a dock, you can pretty much tell. And if actually on our menu, we name a lot of drinks after knots.
I've noticed that. Yeah. So what are some names that you
Square knot is the number one drink.
Okay.
And then you have the barrel knot.
Okay.
And that's basically the two. But it's funny. And when we first started the Googan too, we used to like have these ropes on the POS, like right in the front where they ordered, and we used to say you could get a free drink if you can tie the knot. But
that's a good idea. But we could never do it.
Honestly, most people were Googans walking in. No one had a clue on how to tie knots.
Oh, interesting. Because it's South Florida, so you think everyone just automatically knows how, but it's not,
No. And honestly, too, it's like a lot of people, even if they're fishing their whole lives, they have Googan moments.
It
doesn't matter.
I'm sure.
You're always a Googan. And there's a term in surfing, it's called a kook.
Okay.
The person that doesn't know how to surf, you can tell. And honestly, in any profession, there's someone that's just not good.
Yeah,
that can be dangerous, that could screw up the systems, all that stuff. So, and I like the word Googan.
I love it.
It flows.
I love it. It's great.
So when we started the shop, we didn't know what to call the shop. And my mom always wanted to start a coffee shop.
Okay.
And then I love coffee. So I basically got on my hands and knees and begged my dad, we got to do coffee. We have to do a coffee shop.
I was going to ask, so this is how it started, basically?
Yes.
So you were the driving force, you'd say?
I would say so.
Okay.
My mom was she put the whole coffee shop idea out there, but I basically put this whole pitch together to my dad on we need to, like Stuart, Treasure Coast, it needs a local shop. Like there's a ton of good shops around here, But I don't want to sound too confident here, but I really think that,
I'd say it's the best shop for sure. Like everyone talks about it. I'm not just getting.
Well, everyone's got a good shop, I think, but
no, they do. But this is like I feel like everyone knows the Googan, and there's like the big change. There's like Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. Like the first thing I noticed when we moved here is like there's Dunkin' Donuts everywhere because they're not in California. And then we found the Googan. Well, Corey did, and like obsessed since. So okay, so it started with your dream, basically.
It was kind of. The thing is though, I went to school for marketing, and
okay,
yeah, I did, and so I love the systems that Starbucks and Dunkin' run. There's a reason why they're the best. Like they scale. And we want to try and go for a coffee shop that isn't just like a local shop. We want to kind of give that corporate-y feel, but also a local shop. Like at
like
the
both,
same,
basically.
Yeah, you want both because we wanted to do volume.
Okay.
We wanted to do volume. We didn't want to just kind of have, slow days, quick days on the weekends. We wanted it to just flow all the time.
And you guys do, obviously. It's packed all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have multiple locations now?
We have 2 now.
So you have 2 now, okay.
We did attempt a third. We went up in Hope Sound in our spot where we lived, but the market wasn't too well up there. It's more of a vacation-y vibe. Stuart's growing. It's growing massively.
Yeah, very fast.
And downtown came available. We actually didn't even want to start a second shop. We were happy with the first one.
Yeah, because you're like right. So this newest shop is like, just telling viewers so they know, it's like right in the downtown area.
Yep.
And everyone loves it, obviously. It's a prime location, I'd say.
I don't like to be too full of myself full of the Googan, but it's just I really love the brand. I don't do anything else but this. Me and my family, we work 7 days a week.
Wow. Yeah,
this is all we do. We don't know what's going on outside.
Wow.
We're always working.
Well, it's paid off. I mean, this is so. How long actually has the Googan been open officially?
So our fourth year in business was just this most recent January on the 18th.
Wow. Okay.
So we're headed into basically our 5th year in business.
And what's your goal, or what's like? Okay. Take away any limitation. What would you want to do with the Googan?
The Googan needs to be worldwide.
Hell yeah!
It needs to be worldwide. So we're
talking Japan, Singapore, North Korea.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un needs to have a cup of Googan coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I think there's some fishing stuff, and they have to have
for
fishing
sure, of course.
There,
yeah,
right.
I'll call him and we can figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Just like what was the movie, The Interview? Sneak me out there, maybe be a spy or something.
We could easily do it.
I just want to take over Florida.
Hell yeah.
I want to be Florida's coffee shop.
You really want to focus on the Florida market.
Absolutely.
And I feel like this is perfect for it because you have the fishing theme, which is really unique. Whereas like, we talk about branding a lot on here. It seems like 2 totally separate things, like coffee and the fishing, but it really works, especially in South Florida.
Oh, absolutely.
Would you say?
Absolutely. Well, a lot of fishermen, they don't like the fancy little lattes and a matcha.
Exactly.
But, they like that brewed coffee.
For sure.
And what I really want to focus on too with the brand is a lot of these bigger corporations, they got it down pat with their systems, but I really want to bring the specialty coffee aspect into the Googan, and when we do start expanding, because not a lot of people really understand how complex coffee can be.
So explain, when you say specialty coffees, are you talking about like specialty drinks or what? Okay, so explain.
So like specialty coffee is it's like a whole thing. So a lot of shops, like you'll see them around the area. They're doing like Ethiopia.
Oh yeah, all the different countries.
Yeah, and a lot of shops like they really stick to doing one bean.
Yeah.
And it's called an omni roast is what it's actually called.
Okay.
They could use it for espresso, for their cold brew, for their
So it goes
drip.
on all the coffee.
So like right now we carry a few different origins. Origins is like the countries it's from. And I really want to hone in on, bringing that kind of information to the public. Like most people, if you hear specialty coffee, not many people, unless you're in the coffee scene, you know what specialty coffee is. But
right.
Like a person that just goes to the gas station and gets coffee, like believe it or not, that coffee comes from a country.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they're drinking. But if you really get to respect coffee a little more when you know where it's coming from, what farm it's coming from. And what I notice a lot is not a lot of people are making that information easy to understand.
Yeah, so, I feel like, would you ever want to get into like coffee education?
Absolutely.
Like you could be the Miss Rachel. I don't like her, but you could be the Miss Rachel of coffee.
I don't know who Miss Rachel is, but
I
she sounds cool.
I have like an 11-month-old, so I'm stuck in babyland. She's like a kid's performer, but maybe you could do that for coffee.
I mean, I would love to do that.
That'd be cool.
I've learned to be obsessed with coffee. Like
so you are obsessed with coffee.
I liked it, and now I'm obsessed, and it's hard not to be. It's really hard not to be.
I love coffee, but I feel like the more you learn about it, like you said, it's interesting because with wine, everyone knows like, oh, this wine comes from here, blah, 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 and there's sommeliers. With coffee, I don't think people really get, like I said, the education around it.
Believe it or not, too, the United States, you might think a lot of people know about the coffee and we're a big coffee drinking country.
Yeah.
We're actually not. Like we're like,
really?
I think we're down on the list like at 32 We're not even. I don't even think we're in the top 20.
Do you know the number one?
No, I know the area of the world. It's usually like up in like the Nordic countries, like Sweden, Finland,
okay.
like, and it's colder up there. But the thing what's becoming popular and what's trending is cold drinks, like cold brew.
In the hot, right.
So now coffee's becoming more popular, Florida. In Florida, on the list in states wise, we're not really up there in coffee consumption.
Well, yeah, because it's so hot all the time. You don't want a hot cup of coffee when you're on the water.
Yeah, exactly. But what's becoming more popular is cold drinks. So cold brew is really blowing up. Like, I think cold brew is going to be the next trending drink. People think it seems popular because you see all this marketing and stuff, but the average person that says they drink coffee isn't drinking cold brew.
I've noticed that. Yeah. I feel like a few years ago when it came out as the thing, like literally the only person I know who really drinks it is my husband.
Oh, really?
I think
Corey loves cold brew.
Yeah, he's obsessed with it.
He comes in all the time. And, we
like
make it in-house too. And
you make it in-house?
Yeah, we do. Of course, you got to make your cold brew in-house.
I guess, so how does it work when you and you went to brewing school, right?
Well, roasting school.
Excuse me. Okay, so can you walk us through the process of coffee? Like, you get the beans and then you put it in the machine.
So basically a lot of times the coffee that you're getting is from countries that are like third world countries, like Ethiopia.
Isn't Colombian coffee really big?
Colombian coffee, yes. Okay. Brazil. Yeah. Like the main one that you're drinking that everyone drinks is Brazil.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Ethiopian coffee is good too.
I've had Ethiopian.
One. And you can blend them, but long story short, you take it from the farm. It comes in these big sacks, and you take it. Who knows the story? Like, I love looking at the sacks that come in, and just seeing like, how did this get here?
Where is this from? Yeah.
Where is it from? It's probably in some dirty little back of truck or something.
Village and And
it's basically drugs. So these drugs are getting pushed across the world, and you end up with them.
And they're legal.
And it's legal. It's legal drugs.
Yeah.
So you could say that if you're selling coffee, you're a drug dealer.
I love that. So you're a drug dealer, basically.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever snorted coffee?
I thought about it. Never actually done it. I think I don't know if with caffeination you'd get caffeinated. But
I feel like you would just end up with
should we do it? Should we do it on camera?
We should just start it for the intro. I feel like that'd be good.
Yeah, that would actually be hilarious.
That is something I do and end up in the ER. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. But so when we're talking about green, it's called green coffee before it's roasted. So you get the green coffee.
And why do they call it green? I guess because it's
literally
green,
like green,
untouched.
Yeah.
Like, is it the beans are green?
Yeah, the beans are actually green. Like, they're a green color. Yeah, and they smell. They don't smell the best either. They smell like crayons.
So this is super. So that's not usually the beans that people are see that they're familiar with.
Nope. So you roast it at a very high temperature. Usually it's about it goes up to like 400 plus degrees.
Wow.
Usually around 390 degrees to 400, and then it gets put into this big drum. I like to look at it as like a dryer for coffee.
Okay.
And it heats up to like 400 plus degrees for like a certain amount of time, usually about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and then it drops, and you got yourself a bean.
So
it's not caffeinated before, but basically when you're roasting it, you're taking off this stuff called this chaff, and then you get what's underneath. You get the roasted coffee.
It's like the raw thing. That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's basically like a food.
Yeah.
Like, technically, when you're bringing it in, it's a food.
Wow.
So, and then, it's really cool. You're cooking coffee, basically.
It's very cool. And I don't think anyone ever drinks coffee and no one thinks about this stuff.
No, it's very interesting. It really is. It's also, when you do it, it doesn't seem that complicated. And it's really not that complicated.
Right. But there's a science behind it.
There is, but people in the coffee industry like to gatekeep it and make it seem more complicated.
It's like, one coffee roll. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, we don't like to do that. We don't
with that accent.
But you can't do that in Florida. I don't think the Florida market's good for that.
What, like the fancy schmidt? No. That's more of like an LA, Oregon vibe. Yeah.
And you're from LA too, right?
Well, I'm from Florida, but lived there for 10 years. Yeah. So I know that. I'm very familiar
Bless your soul.
with that. Yeah. I'm back.
We love Florida.
We do.
Yeah. But, I don't ever want to go back to Vegas. Never.
Oh, yeah, you were in Vegas.
Never.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because in LA, you go and it's like, let's live in home. It's just like so pretentious. Yeah. Or it's like, I guess people, and they don't really know what they're talking about either. So I'm like, why are you acting like a dick?
Well, the thing with coffee too is everyone's doing their own thing. Like, that's what's cool. It's like a human. Everyone lives their own life.
Yeah.
But in coffee, if you start a coffee company, every brand is different.
Yes.
Like Sammy Joe's on the corner is, they're doing their own thing versus like a Starbucks. Like,
and I don't think people know that. Like, I think they just assume coffee's coffee.
No,
coffee.
it's all different. Yeah. It's whether it stems from the brand and it stems from who runs the shops, and I just love. We also actually what the Googan we run off of is you don't want to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah,
we like to take a lot of pieces from a lot of different brands that we like and try our best to
And you've created your own unique thing.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to look around and see what people are doing.
Yeah.
You can't sit still in this industry. You can't do it.
No, and that's good. That's how you keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so speaking of which, I guess a little bit of a segue, but when you first opened, is there anything you did for marketing, especially in the beginning, that you were like, this is outrageous, but it actually worked?
Yes,
okay.
Actually. I'm a big believer in guerrilla marketing.
Okay, and guerrilla marketing, for people who don't know what that is, can you explain?
It's basically just getting in the weeds. Like,
you just go out there and
doing something that people are like, is that ethically right?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, but you do it anyways.
Something wild, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, there's a big chain down the street.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the name, but during a hurricane and during hurricanes, they would close. So cars would, if the hurricane wasn't literally on top of them, cars would still want to get their coffee.
Yeah.
And we were open during hurricanes, and we try to stay. And we try to stay open.
Wow.
We try. So I was driving by this chain, and they were closed, and I just had this idea, like, what happens if I stood at the end of the drive-through and let them know, like, hey, we got a shop down the street here,
and
we're
just
open.
Helping them. Yeah.
Yeah. Just there's supply and demand. It's that simple.
Exactly.
So I would actually hand out a little handwritten note that said 50% off.
Wow.
And
smart.
I would say, we're just right down the street. If you want to go and give us a shot, it's me and my family.
Wow.
So
they came.
They came, and still some of them. That was about 3.5, almost at the time of our origination. I did that, and to this day, those people still come in
because they tasted it, and they couldn't. It's way better than chains.
And we've gotten better since then too. So we didn't know. Truthfully, to anyone watching this, we didn't know what the hell we were doing.
Well, that's like when you start anything. I mean, I didn't either. Like, you know what I mean? You just dive in, and you're like, and that's like very admirable. A lot of people are too scared to even jump in.
And also, too, anyone else watching this that has family,
yes,
I believe that you have to work with your family.
Yes, I think if you don't kill each other, I think it's good.
Like none of this would be possible. Like I wouldn't even be given this opportunity if my mom and dad weren't.
Oh, I love that.
Like, we work as a group. A lot of people call Dad, my mom, and me the three-headed monster. So like we all have our own little things. Like my dad, he's an entrepreneur. He knows how to run operations. My parents were both in the military, so they got their stuff down. But my mom was also a recruiter in the Air Force.
Oh, wow.
She was really good at her job too.
Wow.
So she knows how to get really good workers.
Yeah.
And our workers are amazing.
You guys have the best workers. Everyone says that too when they come in. They're like, your recruit's the best. Yeah.
And then I love branding. I love keeping up with trends, staying relevant.
Yep.
And then I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get to the next step.
You can tell, and just since we've moved here, because it's been like 3.5 years, we've seen you guys just like grow exponentially. So actually, speaking of marketing, what would you say is like has been some of the most helpful marketing and like branding tactics that you've used? Obviously, besides the guerrilla marketing.
Absolutely.
Because you obviously have done something consistently.
Well,
to keep it going.
You have to stay in front of people's face at all time.
Yes.
You have to keep the foot on the gas pedal at all times.
And you guys are really, not to interrupt you, but you guys are very good at that because a lot of people, I mean, we own a marketing company. They're very apprehensive and they let it go. They'll be like, oh, for the first few years, we'll just do it ourselves. And then they're having the same issues. It's not growing.
Well, we tried that at the beginning.
You did, okay.
And being able to come up with an idea for marketing and then implementing it, or implementing are two different things.
Totally.
You have to have someone that knows what they're doing with the camera, with SEO, and just being able to take the idea that you have and make it real.
For sure.
So, I got to give a lot of credit to, he's your husband, Corey. Yeah, he came in.
I know that guy.
He came in early on in our business, and it was a perfect timing. It was almost like God sent him to us.
And it's so funny because everywhere we go, he finds the best coffee shop. Like he's like literally scouts it out.
Yeah.
And it was the first month we were here. He's like, I found the coffee shop, and it was you guys.
We were at a standstill. Like I can't guerrilla market all the time.
Well, yeah.
So like I was giving my best attempts with the camera, and it just wasn't good.
Were you guys doing any social media? Or
we were doing some social media. We tried our best, and it just wasn't there. There wasn't that hit. It didn't bring us into that professional feel, that elegant, that luxury feel. And Corey actually walked in, and that's Wake and Make Media. If anyone is watching this,
that's us. It's not a big deal. It's like,
so
we're signing autographs later.
He's been able to really help us out with taking our product, which is the Googan, and putting it in front of people's faces, especially people that don't know. And a lot of times, if you come into a coffee shop, it's hard to get them to keep coming back.
Yeah, for
sure. So if you stay top of mind, you're going to get them coming back. And the hardest part is these people. You have to build that routine with them.
Yeah, like it's part of their everyday.
And we do monthly drinks, and it's like drink porn.
No, literally.
Yeah, literally. If you go look at our Instagram,
they're like, oh, I saw somebody literally yesterday was like, did you see the Googan's new drink? Oh, it's one of my neighbors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I forgot what it was, but she's like, it sounds so freaking good.
We try our best. Like we don't just come up with them too. Sometimes we look around. the country and see what's
Okay.
trending. What's cool is we got Corey.
Yeah.
WMa&x Media, shout out. He really brings our brand to life. And
Yeah.
you know, like it's one thing to have good marketing. You see a lot of shops, they can do the good marketing and stuff, but the product isn't there. So how do you get them to keep coming back? You can't. We have the product. We didn't really understand the whole marketing, like bringing it to life. Like I knew what it all was, but implementing it and actually doing it was two different things. So
and consistently.
It can't just be a one-time thing. You got to stay on it.
I think a lot of owners were like, "Oh, I'll just do it," and then they realize it's like I'm posting once every month, or like it's a lot. We say like we'll do that marketing so you can focus on your job because that's like a full other job.
Well, and believe it or not, too, it's like very subliminal too. So you don't have to get a lot of likes. You don't have to get a lot of views.
Yep.
As long as like
people see it.
As long as people are seeing it, like how often do you really sit and watch a full ad or whatever? It doesn't really happen. So if you're just flicking something out there and it's not good quality, I don't think it works. But if you're putting it out there consistently and it's good quality, that's what really makes a difference.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, and me and my parents, we don't really have that time to get in the trenches and bring it to life on someone's phone.
Yeah.
So that's really finding someone that's good with a camera, good with understanding what consumers are looking at and how their brain works.
For sure.
That's really what makes the biggest difference, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, we're doing really quick rapid fire questions. Got them on my phone. Okay, ready?
Is it like yes, no, or?
You'll see.
Okay.
Espresso or cold brew?
Espresso.
Okay. Best marketing tool, Instagram, word of mouth, or caffeine addiction?
You need all three, but the number one is, I think, Instagram. I think social media.
Yeah. I'd say, especially because you can be addicted to coffee, but then you're going to go to you can go to Big Chain.
You forget.
Or, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're also facing, sorry, it's short answers, but you're also facing these companies with billions of dollars.
Exactly.
It's like you got to get people in the doors. You got to get people to come through the drive-through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Most overrated coffee trend?
It's a good question. I would say the functional awareness coffee, like the protein coffee, collagen coffee, electrolyte coffee.
So just like these weird coffee offshoots.
I think it'll always be on the menu somewhere.
Okay.
But I don't think it'll be at the top of the menu, top of the marketing. These big companies aren't going to be spending the millions they are on that product as much as they are right now.
I've tried some mushroom coffee and I really want to like it.
Oh, mushroom coffee too is a good one.
That's what it reminded me of. And I can't do it. I can't do it. So yeah.
You got to drink it's the bean.
You
need the bean. Yeah.
Most underrated coffee trend?
Specialty coffee.
Okay.
Like we were talking.
Oh, you were talking about the different beans and the,
Like it's popular in like places like Seattle, Minneapolis.
Yes.
Maybe California
probably
sometimes.
LA, yeah. I feel like in Europe too.
Europe is huge. And
they're very particular.
I read this one study, and who knows if it's real, but Europe is usually about a year to 2 years ahead of America on trends.
They are. Like even fashion and stuff,
Especially fashion and color schemes.
Yep.
And I think they've been on specialty coffee really heavily the last year to 2 years.
We were in Italy. It's like everyone has they're just super passionate about their coffee.
Yep. They want to know the altitude it's from. They want to know where it originates from.
Social Security.
They want to know if the farmer's hands were dirty picking it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
The name. Okay, this is a weird one, but what's one of the craziest things you've overheard at the Googan?
Craziest thing? This is a good one.
Okay.
We did have a customer. Sometimes we put little crumbles on the cold foam for drinks.
Okay.
And this was a drink that passed like 3 months before. And this is why you need to be really careful with your special drinks. You got to make sure they're off the menu when they're done.
Oh, because people
would want to come back and keep them. So we made the mistake at first of doing that all the time. Like 4 months would pass and they'd ask for like a drink that we served 4 months ago. But we'd still say yes. We still made the drink, but we didn't put the sprinkles on the top.
Okay.
And this
just
guy,
like a minor.
Yeah, and he kept making his passes through, letting us know how mad he was about the sprinkles not being on the cold foam.
Like coming through the drive-through?
And then he came inside the shop and really made itself known like he wanted his sprinkles, but we're like, sorry, buddy. We're sorry, buddy. We're out of sprinkles. Like, you know.
So now that's really funny, especially like a guy for some reason.
It was a dude too.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
So now if people want these specialty drinks, you just say like, we're not offering it right now.
We really try to. Once the month is over, that drink is gone.
Okay.
Because it's monthly drinks. Like we can't.
You don't necessarily have all the ingredients.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah. This is an outrageous question. I don't even know if you can answer this. If Googan Coffee were a person, what personality disorder would it have?
Definitely bipolar.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's just so hard to be happy, joy-go-lucky all the time.
Yeah, you gotta have some up and down.
The customers see us on the outside. Yes, we'll be consistent out there.
Of course.
But the back of house, it's like a men's locker room back there, you know?
Okay, fair.
So you never know what you're getting with people, you know? It's like locker room talk, but behind the shade, people are always talking about there's some kind of drama going on, you know?
I feel like that's a lot of businesses. You always see like, oh, it seems so easy and peaceful, and then behind the scenes you're like trying to kill each other.
Most of the time we just don't know what we're doing.
Or that,
you know? Well, we have to act like we know what we're doing at all times.
Of course.
So,
It's like being a parent. I don't know. I can't. Why? I have a kid. Like, what? I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah.
Okay. If you had to rename the shop to be something super ridiculous, would you have another name? I mean, the Googan's really good.
Bean juice.
Bean juice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because coffee is technically
It's literally bean juice.
Bean juice. It's bean water.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds disgusting.
No, but I've heard people say it's bean water.
We're gonna call it either bean juice, bean water.
I think bean juice.
It definitely would. It probably wouldn't last 1 year in business, but
You never know. It gets to the point. You know what I mean? Okay. So to close, so if you could go back and tell yourself one thing before you got involved at all with the Googan Coffee, what would it be?
be prepared to give up your entire life. Be prepared to work 7 days a week.
Okay.
And be prepared to never know what is happening the next day you're going to wake up.
Okay. So basically, it's just being a business owner.
Exactly. everyone, if anyone watches the business, that's really, you just don't know what you're doing. But luckily, I do it with my family. We never know what we're doing, so we can all have that in common.
Yeah, and you figure it out. And you obviously do know what you're doing now. It's, you know what I mean? It's become like a massive thing. Everyone knows the Googan, so you guys are obviously have done well.
I wouldn't say massive, but we want to get there.
Okay. So, last question.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned in the beginning, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with the Googan?
I would say we would have our systems in place and we'd be able to possibly franchise. I want to take you this way, Megan. So This is actually a weird thing to talk about.
Oh, we're going to the bathroom.
We really, hold on, let me make sure no one's
Ooh.
So we take pride in our bathrooms.
You guys have, you do, the, oh, you have the best bathrooms.
Yeah, we make sure, you're drinking coffee.
You got to go to the bathroom.
You got to go to the bathroom sometimes. So we really take pride in our bathrooms.
I love this because you always are going to shit yourself when you're drinking coffee.
And funny thing is, too, we have bidets in all our toilets, too.
You literally have, it's like the Japan toilets.
Yep, and funny thing is, we watched the South Park episode, and we're like, it was about Japanese toilets. So.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
And that's literally how you got this?
That's what we did there.
That's really funny.
So
come for the coffee, stay for the toilet.
Yep.
That should be your tagline.
And then we don't have much of it right now on the shelf.
Okay.
It does sell like hotcakes. But we do have our specialty coffee here that we do sell.
So you can buy it yourself.
You can.
Yeah.
Most shops do provide their own, but we do roast it in-house.
I love it.
And not in-house, but we do roast our own coffee.
Okay, very cool.
We plan on really bringing specialty coffee, like we talked about, into the whole limelight.
Even your home, you could do it yourself.
Yes,
I love that.
exactly.
And then also, I like how you have literally what a Googan is up there.
That's more of a formal definition.
Yeah, okay.
And fun fact is, we actually came up with that definition ourselves.
Did you?
And then we posted it to Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
And it's the top search.
Is it
when
really?
When you type in Googan, that's what comes up.
Oh,
and
that's
we
hysterical.
Actually, and the word Googan didn't originate, of course, down here, but it really originated up north, and it was used heavily on a show called Deadliest Catch.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
So
okay.
They love using that. It's more of a northern term, and we tried to bring it down south.
You brought it to the south.
Well, we
officially.
recalled it, and then we were like, let's make this popular. Let's
and
try
then
it
they
at least.
did.
We tried.
They did. No, you did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
And one thing I like too is we like the cafe vibe feel. So we tried to put a standing table where people.
I like this. It's really convenient.
It's kind of nice because you get to hang out, and talk a little bit before. Because sometimes waiting for your coffee gets awkward.
Yeah.
You stand around, but if you get a little table here, it kind of breaks up the awkward space and
posts up.
You can talk a little bit. So
I love that.
Yeah.
How would you say a lot of people come here and work? Is that the vibe or no?
That's really because a lot of people they did complain we don't have a ton of tables up there. We're limited space at the other spot. This one we tried to open it up more.
Oh yeah, these are a bunch of like little ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure we have good Wi-Fi, of course.
Good Wi-Fi. They got outlets, so come on by.
Always, yeah.
Come on by.
And what really makes this place is I'll take you outside here. This is actually what really makes it special is historic downtown.
I love downtown.
And we love to pay our homage to the downtown area and the downtown spots. Like if you look on the mural and stuff, we have a lot of stuff that you do find when you're fishing in Stuart.
Yeah.
And then also the bathtub beach.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
little
that's a
things
good spot.
we do paint up on the wall.
It's
and
very
really try to
cool.
show.
It really highlights the local feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and just if you take a look around here, it's just all this stuff. There's a little bit of work going on there, but it's a lot of these buildings have been here for so long.
Oh, which I love.
And the water's right over there, so the other shop. Yes, we're in Florida, but this one's actually we're near the water.
Yeah, this is a great. Well, when I found out you guys were coming here, I was really excited because I love downtown. So I was like, that's a great spot. And there's so many people that pass through here, so you're getting a lot of foot traffic.
It's good foot traffic.
Yeah,
and for coffee shops too, you gotta have foot traffic.
You gotta have.
If you don't have a drive-through, you gotta have foot traffic.
Yeah, it's true, and this is perfect for that because a lot of people are lazy now and they want to drive through, but now just come in.
And it is a staple. It's like when Starbucks opens in New York or Chicago. Well, we get to open up in Stuart.
Hell yeah. Okay, this has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back for more. This is Adam Mitchell of the Googan. Go say hi and get a lot of coffee, because I'm not just saying this. It's really the best coffee I've ever had, and I've lived all over the world and had a lot of coffee. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Adam, thank you so much. This has been great.
Thank you.
Thank you.